We had started with third lesson, CPU architecture. We had seen that a CPU is a part of a computer system which is responsible for completing the execution of a instruction. So if I give a program and if a program has instructions, all those instructions will be executed by which part of the computer? By the CPU part of the computer. Then what does CPU have? CPU has control unit, CPU has ALU, CPU has various registers. So we had seen that if it is 8086 or 80386, it has general purpose register, it has address register, it has data register, it has control register, it has status register. So there can be multiple registers which are used for storing some or the other information related to the instruction. Now when I talk about ALU, your ALU can perform different operations. It can be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right shift, rotate, right, rotate, left. All the operations are done by the ALU part. And who is going to control all this? It will be controlled by the control unit. Then we had seen that the major components are ALU, CU and register. Then we started with architecture of 80386. 80386 is one of the processor which was used during olden times, and this processor has three parts: the bus interface unit, central processing unit and the memory management unit. The bus interface unit will do what? It will have two types of buses, address bus and data bus. 32 bits of address bus and data bus. Therefore, the processor 80386 is also of 32 bits. Why? Because we decide the bits of processor from the data bus, or we decide the data bus from the bits of processor, vice versa. Address bus size can change from processor to processor. Then this bus interface unit has instruction queue. It is a place where all the instructions will be waiting before they are getting executed. So size of that instruction is 16 bytes. Then it also supports address pipelining, where multiple addresses can be accessed and the execution of the data at that particular address can be done. Then we had seen that CPU has two things: IU as instruction unit and EU as execution unit. So who is going to pick each and every instructions from this instruction queue? It will be picked up by the IU and it will be given to the EU. And what is there inside EU? We have a ALU. So once the instructions are selected from IU, they will be given to EU. And which part of EU? The ALU part of EU, for completing the result, for completing the execution and generating the result. Then we had seen the memory can be managed in two ways. Either we use a technique of segmentation or we use a technique of paging. Then we had seen register organization. We have two types of registers: user visible registers and control and status register. User visible register includes general purpose register, data register, address register and condition code register. Address register includes segment register, index register and stack pointer. Then we had seen control and status includes program counter, instruction register, memory address register and memory data register. Then we had seen why is GPR used, that is general purpose register. It is used to store the operand. Now, so by now we know what is operand and what is opcode. So when I have an instruction add A comma B, A and B is nothing but operand and add is nothing but the opcode. Then we know what is DR. DR stands for data register. It is used for holding the data. So value of A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 5. Where will this value 3 and 5 be there? It will be there in the data register. So to access this data, I should have a address. Who will give me the address? It will be given by the address register. Address register also has stack pointer, index register and segment register. Then we had seen condition code, that after performing every operation, let it be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, shift, rotate, there is the status or a condition of a particular result being shown. How is that condition shown? It is shown with the help of these bits. Okay, so these bits are also different if the processor is different. So we had seen the bits of 8086, 16 bits ka tha. So generally sign, zero, carry, overflow, interrupt, this remains common with respect to all the processor. Iske aage parity, auxiliary carry, direction flag, trap flag, these all keeps on adding and deleting depending upon the processor. Then we know what is control and status register, the program counter which will tell you which is the next instruction, or it will point to the next instruction which is going to be executed. And if I want to fetch or if I want to know which are the recently fetched instruction, I can know that from instruction register. Then if I want to know the address, I can know from memory address register. I can take a data from memory data register. Then we started with register organization of 8086. We had seen the first general purpose register. There are total 4 general purpose register: AX, BX, CX, and DX. A stands for accumulator, B stands for base, C stands for count, and D stands for data. Okay. What is the size of each register? It is 16 bit, and they can be accessed as 8 bits. Okay. One lower 8 bits and one higher 8 bits. So if I'm accessing lower, I'll call L, and if I'm accessing higher, I'll call H. So अगर A का lower है तो I will call AL, A का higher है तो I will call it as AH. Similarly, I will have B higher, B lower, C higher, C lower, D higher, D lower. Remember all this? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, we had seen that apart from general purpose register, we also have something called as segment register. Which are segment register? Code segment, data segment, extra segment, stack segment. So what is code segment? Entire program will be stored, or entire code will be stored in a code segment. Data related to that program. एडिशन कर रहे हो तो ए का वैल्यू 2, बी का वैल्यू 3 और रिजल्ट का वैल्यू 3 + 5 जो भी है 8. Where will that data get stored? In the data segment. अगर डेटा सेगमेंट, कोड सेगमेंट, स्टैक सेगमेंट कम पड़ा तो we have something called as extra segment where we can store the data. Okay. And then we had seen what is stack segment. It is used to store the data in the form of a stack. Next, we had also seen flag register, which is over here. Flag, which means status and control. Flag register. What are those? It is 16 bits. Why 16 bit? Because your 8086 is how many bit ka processor? It is 16 bit ka processor. So your data bus is how much? 16 bits. But your address bus will be 20 bits. Okay? So the status or flag register will also be of 16 bits. जिधर जिधर वैल्यूज है उधर आपको सेट करना है either 1 to 0. जिधर जिधर वैल्यूज नहीं है डिफॉल्ट आंसर will be 0 over there. Okay, so we had studied CY for carry, P for parity, AC for auxiliary, Z for 0, S for sign, T for trap, I for interrupt, D for direction, and O for overflow. If I want to set anything, I will use 1 over here. If I want to reset, or if I do not want to set it, I will keep the value as 0. So if carry is generated, set 1. If not generated, 0. If there is even parity, set 1. If there is no even parity, set 0. If there is auxiliary carry, set 1. If there is no auxiliary carry, set 0. If the result is entirely 0, set 1. If the result is non-zero, set 0. If the number is positive, set 0. If it is negative, set 1. If there is a trap being generated, set it as 1 or set it as 0. If interrupt is generated, set it to 1 or else set to 0. If it is direction reading from higher to lower bits, you set 1. If it is from lower to higher bits, set it as 0. If the result has overflow, set 1 else set 0. तो बाकी जिधर भी वैल्यूज नहीं है जैसे D1 है, D3 है, D5 है and D12 to D15, all of there the values will be 0. Do you remember all this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just a minute, let me start another PPT. This is part 2. So we had seen द रजिस्टर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ 8086 क्या क्या है उसके अंदर? जनरल पर्पस रजिस्टर थे, कौन से? AX, BX, CX, DX. देन वी हैड सीन सेगमेंट रजिस्टर थे, कौन से? कोड सेगमेंट, एक्स्ट्रा सेगमेंट, डेटा सेगमेंट, स्टैक सेगमेंट. Then we saw that we had flags, that is status register and control register. 16 flags the, out of which we use only overflow, interrupt, trap, parity, auxiliary, sign, zero, and carry. Rest all are assigned as bit 0. Now we will see register organization of 80386. Am I clear up till here, whatever is being taught?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let us see 80386. Before to this, tell me what is the size of 80386 processor? Just a minute. Okay. So what is the size of 80386? Are you all there?
Ma'am, 32 bit.
Correct. 80386 is a 32-bit processor and therefore uska data bus ka size is also 32-bit. So,
32-bit.
Now uska address is also 32-bit, but every time every processor may not have the size similar to that of data bus. जैसे 8086 में है, भले उसका डेटा बस 16 है और प्रोसेसर खुद का साइज भी 16 है, बट डेटा एड्रेस का बस का साइज कितना है? 20 बिट्स. ओके, सो दिस कीप्स ऑन चेंजिंग. So we say 80386 is a processor which is of 32 bits, and because of which the data bus is also of 32 bits, and by default the address bus is also of 32 bits. So how many general purpose register does your 80386 has? It has how many? 8 32 bits general purpose register. 8086 के कितने हैं GPR? 8086 which we just read, AX, BX, CX, DX. GPR है ना वो सारे?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
तो कितने हैं 8086 के? We have only 4 general purpose register. वो चारों का साइज कितना है?
16 bits.
Correct, 16 bits. 8 bits as lower, 8 bits as higher. तो यहाँ पे 80386 में कितने जनरल प्रोसेसर्स है? डबल टू दैट ऑफ 8086. तो अगर 8086 में 4 है तो 80386 में 8 है. उधर सबका साइज कितना है? 16 बिट. हियर द साइज इज अगेन डबल. हाउ मेनी बिट्स? 32 बिट्स. अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Therefore we call all these registers of 80386 as extended registers. क्यों extended? Because it is a 16 plus 16, that is 32. Extend किया है by 16 bits more. Therefore they are called it as extended register. Okay? Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember 80386 has 8086 has AX? What is that AX? Accumulator. Yes or no? A stands for
Yes,
accumulator. तो accumulator कितने bits का है? 16 bits. But since 80386 everything is extended, तो यहाँ पे AX के जगह पे क्या होगा? EAX. Extended accumulator with how many bits? With 32 bits. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have EA. EA मतलब क्या? Accumulator which is extended. EB. B मतलब क्या? Base which is extended. EC. EC मतलब क्या? Code which is extended. And ED. ED means what? Data which is extended. उधर भी था AX, BX, CX, DX.
Yes, ma'am.
A for accumulator, B for base, C for count, D for data. Same you have over here also. A accumulator, B base, C count, D data. But we will not call as AX, BX, CX or DX. We will call it as EA, EB, EC and ED. Okay? कहाँ से आया है वो आया है यहाँ से AX, BX, CX और DX से. दिख रहा है 0 to 15, that is 16 bits, and from 16 to 31 extended 32 bits. So from 0 to 31 becomes how many bits? 32 bits. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the 16-bit register BP, SP, DI. What is BP? Base pointer. What is BP? Base pointer. What is SP? Stack pointer. What is DI? Destination index. Okay. All these are of 16 bits in your 8086. ठीक है. Base pointer, stack pointer and destination index. ये तीनों भी कितने बिट्स का है? 16 बिट्स. किधर? 8086 में. तो वो सारे 80386 में कितने बिट्स के होंगे? They will be of 32 bits. And they will be renamed as EBP. Means what? Extended base pointer. Extended stack pointer, extended source index, extended destination index. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we know EAX क्या है? What is EAX?
Extended
Extended
accumulator.
accumulator.
Extended accumulator. How many bits?
32.
तो हमने सिर्फ AX अगर होता तो हमने क्या किया था? AH और AL. Remember? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
What no?
Yes, ma'am. High and low.
हाँ करेक्ट. ए खाली AX है, मतलब किसका है वो? 8086 का. AX है 16 बिट्स, तो उसको हमने किस में डिवाइड किया था? 8 बिट्स लोअर, 8 बिट्स हायर.
Higher.
हाँ, अभी यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे? EAX मतलब क्या? एक्सटेंडेड अक्यूमुलेटर. हाउ मेनी बिट्स? 32 बिट्स. तो 32 को किस में डिवाइड करेंगे? लोअर 16 एंड हायर 16. अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
तो सिमिलरली जो बेस पॉइंटर, स्टैक पॉइंटर, सोर्स इंडेक्स एंड डेस्टिनेशन इंडेक्स जो उधर 16 बिट्स के थे 8086 में, वो अभी यहाँ पे कितने बिट्स के होंगे? 32 बिट्स. तो उधर हाँ, तो जो जब 32 बिट्स के बन जाएंगे तो हम क्या यूज करेंगे? लोअर 16 बिट्स एंड हायर 16 बिट्स. उधर क्या बोलेंगे? लोअर 8 बिट्स एंड हायर
8 bits.
अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we have something called as instruction pointer in your 8086. 8086 में instruction pointer था, which is used to point the instruction. वो instruction pointer 8086 में कितने बिट्स का था? 16 बिट्स का. तो यहाँ पे कितने बिट्स का हो जाएगा?
32 bits.
बिट्स. और उसका नाम क्या हो जाएगा? EIP. क्यों? Because extended. Why it is extended? Because it is 32 bits. So whatever is there in 8086, 80386 में सिर्फ उसके आगे E लगेगा, और जो 8086 में 16 बिट्स का है वो 80386 में 32 बिट्स का हो जाएगा. Everything as extended. Understanding?
मैम
Yes,
मतलब
ma'am.
ये 80386 एडवांस वर्जन है ना 8086 का.
करेक्ट. सब कुछ उसमें 16 बिट्स से ज्यादा है.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके. तो जो 8086 में है सब कुछ 80386 में भी है. कुछ ऐसा नहीं कि अलग अलग नहीं है. उल्टा 80386 में कुछ चीजें ज्यादा होगी, बट जो 8086 में है वो एज इट इज रहेगी. फर्क इतना होगा कि उधर 16 बिट्स है, इधर सब कुछ 32 बिट्स का हो जाएगा. तो उधर अगर हम AX बुलाएंगे तो यहाँ पे हम उसको आगे E अपेंड करेंगे और EAX बुलाएंगे. अगर उधर सिर्फ DI है तो इधर EDI बुलाएंगे. अंडरस्टूड द डिफरेंस?
Yes, ma'am.
So see, we have ES as source, extended source index. Source मतलब कहाँ से डेटा लेना है. ED means extended destination index. Destination means जहाँ पे डेटा हमको डिलीवर करना है. So SI is from where the data is to be taken and DI is where the data has to be delivered. So I may take the data from memory, deliver it to hard disk, take the data from hard disk and deliver it to memory. Clear? These two last two things, fifth and sixth of the diagram in general and data address. Are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
लास्ट क्या है? EB एंड ES. EB is what? Extended of base pointer. ES is extended of stack pointer. Stack you know by now. Stack pointer क्या है? Data is stored in the form of stack. तो जहां जैसे 8086 में स्टैक है वैसे 80386 में भी स्टैक है, बट उधर हम सिर्फ एसपी बुलाते थे, यहाँ हम उसको ईएस बुलाएंगे या ईएसपी भी बुला सकते हैं. क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What is a base pointer? That means which is the base of your memory. जहां से आप डेटा स्टार्ट करोगे लोड करने का. It may be memory address 000, it may be 100, it may be 2000, anything it can be, any memory address. जिधर से स्टार्ट हो रहा है that will be your base. So base pointer 8086 में 16 bits का था. Now we will call it as EB, that is extended, which will be of 32 bits. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we come to the segment selector. कोड सेगमेंट, स्टैक सेगमेंट, डेटा सेगमेंट, एक्स्ट्रा सेगमेंट. याद है? ये अभी हमने जस्ट पढ़ा 8086 का. कोड सेगमेंट में पूरा प्रोग्राम स्टोर होगा. स्टैक सेगमेंट में आपका डेटा इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्टैक होगा. डेटा सेगमेंट में जो भी कोड है उसका जो भी डेटा है वो डेटा सेगमेंट में होगा. और एक्स्ट्रा सेगमेंट मींस अगर आपका कोड, स्टैक और डेटा फुल हो गया तो यू कैन स्टोर द डेटा इन एक्स्ट्रा सेगमेंट. तो ये चारों भी कोड, स्टैक, डेटा, एक्स्ट्रा कितना साइज का था इन 8086? 16 bits. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Now they will be of how many bits? They
32
will be
bits.
of 32 bits. But
Yes, ma'am.
इसके अलावा we have FS and GS as two extra segment. Which are they? FS and
GS.
GS. Give me 1 minute. Huh? So now we have something extra over here as FS and GS. Okay, they are not being used so far, but we consider them as something extra or new segments in the 80386. Understanding up till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we had instruction pointer in your 8086. How many bits instruction pointer?
16 bit.
16 bits. Now I will call it as EIP. Means what? Extended
Extended
instruction.
instruction pointer.
कितने बिट्स का? 0 से 31, 32 बिट्स का. ठीक है. What is that instruction pointer? It is going to point the instructions. ठीक है, which are currently executed. All those instructions will be pointed by IP in 8086 and EIP in 80386. Clear up till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then do you remember flag registers in 8086? Status
Yes, ma'am.
and हाँ, कौन से थे? Carry, auxiliary carry, parity, overflow, trap, interrupt, direction and sign and zero. बराबर. इसके
Yes.
अलावा जो भी बचा कुचा है सब में अपन को जीरो अपेंड करना है.
0 append करेंगे.
कितने बिट्स का था?
16 bits.
16 bits. तो यहाँ पे it will be of how many bits?
32 bits.
2 bits.
Okay, so can you see this? Only flag from 0 to 16 bits was in 8086, but when it becomes 0 to 32, that is 31, it will become extended flag. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो अब ये extended flag मतलब कितना bits हो गया? 32 bits. 0 से लेके
31.
1 तक. Let us see. Do we know bit 0 CF क्या है? CF क्या है?
Carry flag.
करेक्ट. CF is कैरी फ्लैग. कैरी जनरेट हुआ तो ये बिट को सेट करो 1, नहीं जनरेट हुआ तो ये बिट को सेट करो
0.
CF.
0.
फिर चलते हैं बिट नंबर 2 पे. PF. PF इज व्हाट?
Parity flag.
पैरिटी फ्लैग. तो अगर रिजल्ट आया 1 1 1 1, क्या सेट होगा इधर? Before that, if the result
Zero.
is 1 1 1 1, even parity है कि odd parity है, पहले वो बताओ.
Odd.
Odd parity.
I am telling 1 1 1 1.
Even.
Even.
Even parity.
Listen to me, then answer. Result is 1 1 1 1. Even or odd parity?
Even parity.
Even. Q even because number of ones are even. 4. Therefore, it is even parity. So, if you have even parity, you will set this bit as.
1.
If it is odd parity, you will set the bit as 0.
0.
Clear now? If your result is 0 0 0 0, what will be PF set to?
1.
1.
It will be set to 1. If your result is 0 1 1 1, what will PF be set to?
0.
0. Correct. Understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We know how to set the carry flag. We know how to set the parity flag. अब इन दोनों के बीच में bit number 1 पे 1 लिखा है, which means what? This is fixed. You also have to write 1 irrespective of what result you get. Okay? This is fixed. 1 है तो 1 ही होना चाहिए. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
So you will set the carry flag. Remember this as 1. Set the parity flag. Remember this as 0. Okay? By default it is set. We cannot change. Next is AF. What is AF?
Auxiliary carry.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
Auxiliary carry. So if there is carry generated from bit number 3 to bit number 4, we set the value of this bit as 1. If auxiliary carry is not generated from bit 3 to bit 4, we put the value over here as 0. Understood? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. AF के बाद again bit is already set, which is 0. We cannot change this. So we'll also have to set it 0. Next is ZF. What is ZF?
0 bit flag.
0 bit flag. अगर result सब कुछ 0 आया तो set the value as 1. अगर result में किधर भी 1 आ गया तो you have to set this flag to 0.
0.
Okay. Next is sign flag. What is sign flag? Check the sign.
Sign of the number.
Sign magnitude.
The number, sign magnitude. अगर positive है number तो set the value as 0. Negative है तो set the value as 1.
1.
Okay. Then we have TF. What is trap flag? TF is trap flag. We set this either to 1 or to 0 in the same way like we do it in 8086. Next is IF. What is this IF?
Interrupt flag.
No, interrupt अपने लिए इधर हाँ बराबर IF is interrupt flag. Correct. So if the interrupt is generated, we set this bit to 1. If interrupt is not generated, we will set this bit to 0. What is DF?
Direction flag.
Direction flag. तो यहाँ पे bits change होंगे कि नहीं? Because we are using extended 80386 ना?
Yes, ma'am.
तो उधर अगर lower 8 bits थे और higher 8 bits थे तो इधर lower 16 bits होंगे और higher 16 bits होंगे. Okay? So if we read higher 16 to lower 16, flag will be set as 1. If we read from lower 16 to higher 16, we will set the flag to 0. Understood?
Okay, ma'am.
Then what is OF? Overflow flag. Okay?
Yes.
तो अगर सिस्टम कैलकुलेशन करने के टाइम ओवरफ्लो में चला गया 8 plus 8 का एडिशन था 8 bit plus 8 bit. If the result comes 32 bit, 64 bit, something like that. That means what? Overflow is generated and hence we set the value to 1. Else the value will be set to 0.
0.
Okay. Now we have something new over here as IOPL, NT, RF and VM. Okay. These are what? These are additional and they are only with respect to 386. 8086 में बाकी जो पड़े वो थे. Extra we have IOPL, NT, RF and VM. Bit number 15 will always be set to 0. 8086 में क्या होता था जिधर ब्लैंक है सब में 0 डाल दो बट 386 में ऐसा नहीं है कुछ जगह पे 1 है बाकी जगह पे 0 है सो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर किधर 0 है और कौन से बिट पे 1 है ओके फ्रॉम बिट नंबर 18 to 31 दे आर रिजर्व्ड फॉर इंटेल तो अगर मेरा प्रोसेसर इंटेल होगा 80386 नहीं अगर इंटेल होगा तभी मैं ये बिट्स यूज करूंगी और ये वाले नहीं यूज करूंगी. क्यों? क्योंकि मेरा प्रोसेसर कौन सा है? इंटेल है. बट अगर 80386 है तो मैं सिर्फ 0 से 18 यूज करूंगी. 18 to 31 सारे 0000 होंगे. अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
can you please repeat once?
See, I am studying flag register of 80386. जो how many कितने bits का है? 32 bit, 0 to 31. But what does the flag register say? That though it is of 32 bits, I am going to keep reserve bit number 18 to bit number 32 for Intel. तो अगर मैंने प्रोसेसर इंटेल का डाला है तभी मैं ये फ्लैग्स यूज करूंगी. बट अगर मेरा प्रोसेसर 80386 है तो मैं सिर्फ बिट 0 से बिट 18 तक यूज करूंगी. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let us see these extra new flags which are there in 80386. First is VM. VM stands for virtual mode. ठीक है. If the flag is set, it enters into 8086 virtual mode. तो अभी अगर यहाँ पे bit 1 है तो this processor will act as 8086. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
अगर bit 0 है तो it will normally behave as 80386 only. समझ में आ रहे हो?
Yes, ma'am.
तो अगर मैंने ये बिट 1 कर दिया तो मेरा प्रोसेसर कैसे काम करेगा? 8086 जैसा. जो अभी 32 बिट्स था वापस सब कुछ 16 बिट्स में चला जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि आई हैव सेट दिस बिट टू 1. बट इफ आई डू नॉट वांट टू यूज इट एज 8086, आई वांट टू यूज इट एज 80386 ओनली, आई विल सेट दिस बिट एज 0. अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट इज वीएम? वर्चुअल मोड. Though I am in 80386, but I can use my machine as 8086.
मैम अगर वो 1 करेंगे, वर्चुअल मोड ऑन कर रखेंगे, तो जो बाकी के पूरे फ्लैग्स है वो भी चेंज हो जाएंगे ना?
चेंज हो जाएंगे. वो पूरा सिस्टम ही चेंज हो जाएगा. फिर खाली कैरी यूज होगा, पैरिटी यूज होगा, ऑक्सिलरी यूज होगा, जीरो होगा, साइन फ्लैग होगा, ट्रैप होगा, डायरेक्शन होगा, ओवरफ्लो होगा, आईएफ होगा. बट ये
जैसे उधर था 8086 में.
yes, उधर 1 है ना, वो अभी 0 ही हो जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि 8086 में सब कुछ 0 है, उधर 1 किधर है ही नहीं.
ओके मैम.
अंडरस्टूड?
यस मैम.
So VM is virtual mode. Then next comes RF. RF is resume flag. Sorry, RF. This is what RF stands for, resume flag. Now what does resume flag means? It is used with debug register. It is used with, give me a minute. It is used with debug register. Now what is debug register? 8086 में एक और रजिस्टर है along with your general purpose, code segment, data segment, stack segment, F segment, E segment, IP रजिस्टर. ये सब रजिस्टर्स, मतलब यहाँ पे जो सारे रजिस्टर हमने पढ़े, ये रजिस्टर्स के साथ 80386 में एक और रजिस्टर है. क्या बोलते हैं हम उसको? डीबग रजिस्टर. वो कब यूज होता है? जब ये बिट RF बिट, दैट इज रिज्यूम फ्लैग बिट, सेट होगा तभी. तो जब ये बिट 1 होगा तभी वो डीबगिंग रजिस्टर्स यूज होंगे. ओके. ये बिट जब 0 होगा, RF बिट जब 0 होगा तभी वो रजिस्टर्स यूज नहीं होंगे. एम आई क्लियर अप टिल हियर?
यस मैम.
ठीक है. तो लेट अस नाउ सी व्हाट आर दोस डीबग registers. There are 6 debugging registers. कितने debugging registers है? 6.
6 रजिस्टर्स
in 80386. कौन से है? DR0 to DR3, that is DR0, DR1, DR2, DR3. कितने हो गए? 4.
4.
and DR6 and DR7. कितने हो गए टोटल? 6.
2. 6.
हाँ, 4 plus 2, 6. Understood? So we do not have DR4 and DR5. Okay, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 6 and 7. ये डिबगिंग रजिस्टर्स कब यूज होंगे? जब भी RF फ्लैग का वैल्यू होगा 1.
1.
ये डिबगिंग रजिस्टर कब यूज नहीं होंगे? जब भी RF का वैल्यू होगा
0.
Why are these registers used? They are used to add breakpoints to the program. Breakpoint मतलब क्या? Breakpoint. Break मतलब क्या? Take break of 5 minutes.
Sutna.
What does this mean?
Rest.
Test.
Test not ma'am. Rest.
Rest. अच्छा, rest. Okay. I give you break of 5 minutes. That means what? Am I doing anything in that 5 minutes? With
No,
respect to you all? No. I'm not teaching you. Neither I'm showing you anything. Neither I'm taking attendance. Nothing. I'm not doing anything. It is just a break point. So in a program also, we add certain breaks. That means what? Whenever that break point comes, system will not execute. तो अगर मेरे पास प्रोग्राम है 4 लाइन का, से सपोज लोड ए, लोड बी, add a plus b and stop. So now if I have added a break point at add a plus b, ठीक है, ये पॉइंट पे अगर मैंने ब्रेक पॉइंट ऐड किया तो क्या होगा, लोड ए एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा, लोड बी एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा, एडिशन ऑफ ए प्लस बी भी हो जाएगा, बट एंड होगा क्या, नहीं। क्यों? क्योंकि मैंने ऐड और एंड के बीच में ब्रेक पॉइंट डाला है। तो जिधर ब्रेक पॉइंट है मींस व्हाट, सिस्टम विल नॉट डू एनीथिंग एट दैट पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम। आफ्टर अ मिनट, आफ्टर फ्यू seconds or after few minutes it will again start executing, but as soon as a break point comes it will halt everything. Okay, so breakpoint is nothing but the address where the program should break and pass the control to the debugging routine. That means what, break program का execution रुक जाएगा, debugging में जाएगा, it will check if there are any errors or not with respect to any system, but program बंद हो जाएगा execute करना, program कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा। क्यों? क्योंकि program में break point आया है। तो जब भी प्रोग्राम में ब्रेक पॉइंट आएगा आपका कंट्रोल पास किधर हो जाएगा, डीबगिंग को। तो इट विल चेक कि अगर सिस्टम में कोई एरर्स है तो इट विल सॉल्व दोज एरर्स, एरर सॉल्व होने के बाद वापस प्रोग्राम में आके प्रोग्राम कंटिन्यू करेगा। अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट इज ब्रेक पॉइंट?
यस मैम।
Okay, if I get a call, what I can do is I will give you a break for 5 minutes, attend that call, come back and resume with your normal programming. So did I do anything in that break point with you? No. So whenever a breakpoint comes, system will not do anything with the program, but it will go somewhere else, perform that work and come back and resume with the normal execution of the program. Understood?
Yes ma'am.
So which are the registers who are adding that breakpoints and doing the debugging work? They are these.
Debugging registers.
Okay. And when they can do this, only when this RF flag is set to 1.
1.
Clear?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. Then we have, okay, interrupt enable. So we know if the interrupt comes, set it to 1. If there is no interrupt, set it to 0. We also know the directions which are used in string. We read high to low, low to high. So if it is high to low, we set it as 1. If it is low to high, we set it as 0, which remains same as 8086. Now we have a flag called as IOPL. What is IOPL? IOPL is IO privilege level. IO means
Input output.
Input output.
now, can it happen that if I'm executing a program and I want to do some IO operations like IO read and IO write? Yes or no? मैं सिस्टम पे कुछ काम कर रही हूँ, कैन आई परफॉर्म IO read and IO write?
Yes ma'am.
Yes.
We can perform. Say example, for example, I was working in a Word file and I suddenly want another Word file also which is in my pen drive. So can I insert a pen drive and take that Word file? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
when I take that IO file from the pen drive, can I say I'm reading it from that IO, that is pen drive IO?
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever I perform or execute any IO operations, IO read, that is read from the pen drive, write to the pen drive, read from CD, write to CD, read it to external hard disk connected, write to external hard disk connected. Whenever I do such IO operations, this particular bit will be set to 1. When there is no IO operation performed, data आपके inbuilt hard disk में ही है और उधर से read write हो रहा है, memory में है, memory से read write हो रहा है. At that time, this bit will be set to 0. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, मीत आपने hand raise किया?
No, ma'am, it is by mistake.
अच्छा. So we now know that we have VM as virtual mode. If it is 1, it will work as 8086. If it is 0, it will be 80386. RF is resume flag. If I set it to 1, it will enable debugging and add the breakpoints. I know what is IOPL, that is IO privilege levels. If I have any IO operations or if I'm reading and writing from IO devices, this bit will be set to 1, else the bit will be set to 0. Now the only thing left is NT. Let us see what is NT. NT is nested task flag. It is used to check any other task is called from the current task or not. Now what does this mean? My current task is to show you this PPT. What will be a nested task? It is used to check any other task is called from the current task or not. Any idea what this can be? Are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ नहीं, हाँ तो हाँ, नहीं नहीं, कुछ तो बोलो. नहीं आता है तो नहीं बोलो.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what is my current task to show you a PPT? Now, suppose if I get a pop-up over here. Okay. Let us say, ऐसा कुछ. I am not able to show you that. Okay. Since I have not shown the screen. Okay. Pop-up आया कि your backup is being completed. ठीक है. What does this mean? That I was currently showing you a task, and that was PPT. In background, before I started your lecture, I had started taking backup. Just a minute. So before start of the lecture, I have already started taking backup. Now that backup is being completed and it shows me as a pop-up that backup is being completed, and all the data that you wanted to take backup is stored in so and so drive. So what did it do? It distracted me from a current task, and it just showed me that some another task has been completed. So if something like that happens where you are executing a program, that at that time this particular flag, NT flag, nested task flag, will be set to 1. Or else it will, if there is no such pop-ups or no such background messages generated, then this bit will be set to 0. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So is all this clear? Entire 32 bits flag, carry, parity, auxiliary, 0, sign, trap, interrupt, direction, overflow, IO, nested task, resume, virtual. Apart from this, if I use any bits from 18 to 31, they will be for Intel.
Ma'am, what is that Intel means?
Intel processor, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5.
Okay, okay, okay.
Intel company का processors.
Okay, ma'am.
ठीक है? Clear up till here?
Ma'am, means 80386 was also of Intel.
80386 ऐसा for Intel ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते हम. It is just a type of a processor. Okay, if I do not use these bits, that means I may have Intel processor inside the system which will use these bits and not this bits.
He means that who manufactured 8038.
Yes, ma'am.
Who manufactured 80386? That I also need
Which
to.
company?
That even I don't know. Let us find out. 80380. I think it will be Intel only. Manufacturer you want, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Manufacturer of 80386. It should be Intel only, but let us see.
Yes, ma'am. It will be Intel because it reserved.
Correct. Intel EA. Summer.
Okay, ma'am.
ठीक है, it is Intel only. Clear up till here? 8086, 80386.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We have general purpose register at both the places. We have instruction pointers at both the places. We have segment registers at both the places. We have flag registers at both the places. But what is different? Everything is 16 bits in 8086 and everything is 32 bits in 80386. 8086 is a 16-bit processor with 16 bit of data bus, 20 bit of address bus. 80386 is 32-bit processor with 32 bit of address and 32 bit of data. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let us move to the next topic, which is instruction format design. What is instruction? What do you mean by instruction? What is program?
Set of instructions.
Correct. Program is a set of instruction. So if I say write a program for addition of two numbers, so you may write load A, load B, add A plus B, store C, stop. So what are these? Load A, load B, add, store, stop. These are instructions. So what is instruction? It is nothing but a command which specifies you or which tells the computer that what task is to be performed. So when I read load A is an instruction. It is a command given to a computer to load the data in A, and this command computer has to follow in order to complete the execution or generate the result. So every instruction has some format. What is that format? It is a format of opcode and operand. Do you know these two words?
Yes.
What is opcode? It is telling you what kind of
Operation.
and operand is nothing but maybe the variables or it may be directly a address. ठीक है? अगर माइक्रो प्रोसेसर मतलब प्रोसेसर का प्रोग्राम है तो प्रोसेसर के प्रोग्राम में हम डायरेक्ट एड्रेस भी लिख सकते हैं या फिर डायरेक्ट वेरिएबल्स भी लिख सकते हैं. ओके, क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
So your instructions or the format of instruction is divided into two: opcode, which is nothing but going to tell you what kind of operation it is, and the second part can be directly address. That means operation has to perform on this particular address, or the operation is to be performed on this particular variables, which are called as operand.
Operand.
Clear up to here?
Yes, yes.
Now we have instructions of different types. So we call it as types of address instruction. Which are those? First type is 3 address instruction. What do you mean by 3 address instructions? Let us see. Add R1, R2, R3. Now what does this mean? Add the contents of R2 and R3. Add the contents of R2 and R3 and store the result in R1. Okay. Like how we have add AC, M. So क्या करते थे हम? AC को M के साथ add करते थे और result किधर store करते थे? AC में. So we have, whenever you have 3 address instructions, the last 2 are used for doing the operation and the first one is used for storing the result. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
How will you read second one? Add the contents of A and B, store the result in R1.
R1.
Add the contents of C and D, store the result in R2.
R2.
Multiply the contents of R1 and R2, store the result in X.
X.
Understood? So whenever we have 3 registers or 3 operands, we call it as 3 address instruction. समझ में आया?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let us see next 2 address instruction. अगर 3 में 3 है तो 2 में क्या होगा? कितना होगा? Only 2. Can you see 2 everywhere?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How do we read? First instruction is add R1, R2. तो ये क्या करेगा? Add the contents of R1 with R2, store the result in R1. It is as similar to as AC plus M. है ना? AC plus M, store the result in AC.
AC.
Move R1, A. That means what? Move the contents of A and store it into R1. Add the contents of R1 and B, store the result in R1. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Move the contents of C in R2.
Yes.
How will we read this? Add contents of D with R2, store the result in R2.
R2.
Multiply R1 and R2, store the result in R1.
R1.
Move the contents of R1 in X. Clear?
Yes.
Here I have 2, therefore it is called as 2 address instruction. समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is single address instruction, which means what? Everywhere you will have single thing. Okay. So when I say add X, means what? Add the content of X every time with accumulator and store the result in accumulator. Understood?
मैम एवरी टाइम इन अक्यूमुलेटर.
yes, every time in accumulator. अगर इधर होगा subtract b, तो subtract the content of x with, sorry, if it is subtract b, subtract the content of b with accumulator, store in accumulator. If it is multiply c, multiply the contents of c with accumulator, store in accumulator.
Yes ma'am. Okay.
Next I have load a. Put the data of a in accumulator. That is, put the data of a in accumulator. Add b. Add the contents of b with accumulator, store the result in accumulator. Understanding?
Yes ma'am.
Store t. That means store the data of t in accumulator. Understood?
Yes.
So these are called as single address instruction. Everywhere you will have only single operand. But what you have to do with that single operand? Perform the operation and put everything in the accumulator. Clear?
Yes ma'am.
So every instruction has a format. That format is opcode and operand, and can be a 3 type of instruction, 3 address type, 2 address type, or 1 address type. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next,
Yes, ma'am.
see what is instruction length. Instruction length matlab kya? What do you understand from the name? Length, instruction length means what?
The length of the instruction. How big is the instruction?
Correct. How big or what is the size of the instruction? That is what is called as instruction length. अभी आपके पास एक instruction है add x, तो ये एक instruction का length कितना है? That is what is called as instruction length. So this is the most basic issue of your instruction. The longer the instruction, the time taken to execute and fetch the instruction will be more. I repeat again. जितना बड़ा आपका इंस्ट्रक्शन होगा, it will take that much amount of time to execute and fetch. Do you remember the instruction cycle? It is fetch, decode, and execute. Fetch, decode, execute. Do you remember this?
Yes ma'am.
You have to fetch the instruction, decode, and then execute. तो अगर इंस्ट्रक्शन बड़ा है तो it will take time to fetch, it will take time to decode, it will take time to execute. But if the instruction is small, it will take less time to fetch, less time to decode, and less time to execute. So the instructions which are size of 32 bits will always take more
More
time
time.
as compared to that of 16 bits and
16 bit.
8 bits.
Yes, ma'am.
If the instruction is of 16 bit, it will take more time as compared to that of instruction of 8 bit.
8 bit.
Okay? So instruction can be of any length. It can be 64 bits, 32 bits, 16 bit, 8 bits, 2 bits, 5 bits, कितना भी हो सकता है. But depending upon its bits, it will take the time.
Time.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So what factors are to be considered while deciding the instruction length? ये instruction का length हम कैसे decide करते हैं? Depending upon memory size. कि आपका memory का size कितना है? If it is RAM, is it of 256 MB or 1 GB or 2 GB? How much is the size of your memory? तो जितना आपका memory का size है, उस हिसाब से हम instruction का length भी decide कर सकते हैं. तो अगर memory का size थोड़ा ज़्यादा है, ज़्यादा ही होना चाहिए. अगर memory का size ज़्यादा है और instruction का length छोटा है, still it will take less time to execute. But it can never happen that your memory size is small and your length of instruction is more. ऐसा हुआ तो आपका instruction memory में fit ही नहीं होगा. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is memory organization. That is what type of memory are you using? If it is register, it always has to be small size. So will you keep the instruction in the register? No. You will always keep the result in the register. क्यों? क्योंकि रजिस्टर का साइज छोटा होता है इंस्ट्रक्शन से साइज से भी, इसलिए हम इंस्ट्रक्शन को जनरली किस में रखेंगे? वी मे कीप इट इन रैम और प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी मेमोरी, बट वी विल नॉट कीप इट इन रजिस्टर. व्हाई? बिकॉज इंस्ट्रक्शन का साइज इज ऑलवेज बिगर देन द रजिस्टर का साइज. ओके, सो वी आल्सो हैव टू डिसाइड द मेमोरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन व्हाट वी आर यूजिंग. रजिस्टर यूज हो रहा है कि सीडी यूज हो रहा है, रैम यूज हो रहा है कि हार्ड डिस्क यूज हो रहा है, व्हाट इज बीइंग यूज्ड. ओके, then memory transfer and memory transfer length. Now if you remember, if you remember, I had told you anything if you want to execute has to be brought inside the main memory. Do you remember the sentence? Yes or no?
यस मैम.
हाँ, अगर आपका डेटा हार्ड डिस्क में है तो भी पहले मेन मेमोरी में आएगा, अगर आपका डेटा सीडी में है तो भी मेन मेमोरी में आएगा, अगर आपका डेटा पेन ड्राइव में है तो भी मेन मेमोरी में आएगा, अगर आपका डेटा डीवीडी में है, फ्लॉपी डिस्क में, जिधर भी होने दो, एवरीथिंग हैज टू बी ब्रॉट इनसाइड द मेन मेमोरी, देन ओनली योर प्रोसेसर विल एग्जीक्यूट. तो हाउ मच इज दैट ट्रांसफर टाइम टेकन, दैट आल्सो डिसाइड्स योर इंस्ट्रक्शन लेंथ. क्योंकि अगर इंस्ट्रक्शन बड़ा है और मेमोरी का टाइम भी ज्यादा है, सो मेमोरी ट्रांसफर में भी टाइम लगेगा, इंस्ट्रक्शन एग्जीक्यूशन में भी टाइम लगेगा. बट इफ योर मेमोरी ट्रांसफर इज लेस टाइम एंड योर इंस्ट्रक्शन इज ऑफ मोर, यू कैन सेव द टाइम देयर. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? So all these factors are always considered before deciding the length of the instruction. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Then from tomorrow we'll start with new topic, that is addressing mode. So what we have done now, today we saw that what is the register organization of 8086, 80386, and we had seen what is the format of instruction and what are the factors that has to be considered while making or deciding the instruction length. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I have uploaded the marks in the classroom. You all can see.
Yes,
तो
ma'am.
quiz, हाँ, quiz result करके एक topic बनाया है मैंने, and there I have uploaded all your marks. You can check. Meanwhile, give me attendance. Ayman, Mershad,
Present.
give your names.
Irshad.
Shreya, Arushi,
Arushi present.
Sufyan, Prem,
Present, ma'am.
Sufyan,
present.
Purav, Jenil, Shubham,
Purav present.
Janil present.
Present, ma'am.
Martin, Masira, Kaushik.
Masira present.
मार्टिन मसीरा, टेस्ट में मैंने बोला है जिधर एनरोलमेंट नंबर है उधर एनरोलमेंट नंबर आना चाहिए, जिधर नाम है उधर नाम आना चाहिए. दिस टाइम आई हैव गिवन यू मार्क्स टू बोथ ऑफ यू. नेक्स्ट टाइम इफ यू राइट ऑपोजिट डेटा, नेम है उधर एनरोलमेंट डाला और एनरोलमेंट है उधर नेम डाला ना, आई एम स्ट्रेट अवे गोइंग टू पुट 0. इतना भी अच्छा मार्क्स नहीं लाया है कि तुम लोग को इतना भी टाइम नहीं मिला देखने के लिए कि नेम किधर डालना है और एनरोलमेंट किधर डालना है. So this time, since it was the first day, first test, I have granted you. Next time, if it is done by anybody of you, even if you have scored 15 on 15, I'm going to straight away put 0. Kaushik, Rimmi,
Hindi present.
Manvi,
Present, ma'am.
Parth present, ma'am.